Were you not quite ready for educating your child at home? Thrust into this a bit too quickly? Feeling overwhelmed? Not to worry, we've got you covered. Hello, I'm Samantha from Learning Success, and welcome to Educating at Home, an initiative by Learning Success to help you become the expert educator for your child. It may not feel like it, but research shows that parents can truly be the best educators. We'll be creating new videos every day to make sure you have the knowledge you need to rock this. Make sure to watch them all, and your child is sure to get the best education possible. Today's video is from Dr. Eric Branda. As we are all adjusting to our various socially distant new lives, there are potential health implications of these changes that might slip through the cracks. One of those is in the area of hearing health. Dr. Eric Branda is here with us today to help provide some tips for all of us shifting our educational model to homeschooling amidst the coronavirus pandemic. Dr. Eric Branda is an audiologist and Director of Research Audiology for Signia, one of the world's largest makers of hearing aid technology. For over 20 years, Eric has provided audiological, technical, and product training support around the globe. He specializes in bringing new product innovations to the market, helping Signia fulfill its goal of creating advanced hearing solutions for all types of degrees of hearing loss. Dr. Branda lives and works in Piscataway, New Jersey, a suburb in the New York City metro area. Let's see what Dr. Branda has to say about educating at home.
Hello. I'd like to take some time today and talk about hearing and protecting our family's hearing while many of us are working or schooling from home. I personally have a 1.5-year-old, and I found my work days getting a bit longer as I'm also tending to her while she's home from daycare. But I also find it a great opportunity to really pay attention to how well she's hearing, because infants and toddlers should be hearing and reacting to the same sounds that we hear, that we react to. If there's a soft sound in the kitchen that gets my attention, it should get her attention as well. And if our young children aren't responding to these sounds that we think they should be, then maybe it's something we need to look into. Maybe there's an ear infection developing. Maybe there's some other medical attention they may need. So it's a good time to take these opportunities and really be aware of what they're hearing. But also part of that awareness is making sure they know what they're hearing. There are so many sounds in the world that are new to them. The first time they start hearing rain on the roof or rain against the windows, point out the obvious. Let them know what those sounds are. This helps them associate sounds with the words they're learning, and it just helps with their language development. So it's a great time to really take that opportunity of being home with our children to bring these things to life. Now, with older children as well as ourselves, there are some other considerations regarding our hearing. You have 2 or more people working from home, whether it be job or school related, then it's very practical to wear headphones or earbuds. But when we're wearing our headphones, when we're wearing our earbuds, we need to pay attention to the audio levels. We don't want it to be too loud. We want to prevent noise-induced hearing loss. Now, there is noise-induced hearing loss that comes from a single one-time loud sound event, and that's not what we're talking about here. What I'm talking about is noise-induced hearing loss that occurs from repetitive exposure to loud sounds. Now, in the workplace, there's OSHA standards that regulate this. But at home, that's not going to be forefront. So we need to step up our responsibility for ourselves and our children. If a child's listening to a school lecture, they have the earbud in, and you can hear that perfectly clear while they're wearing it, they probably have that too loud. Same type of thing if you're listening through a speaker and you need to speak loudly or shout to be heard over the speaker. Again, it may be too loud. We need to bring these levels down to a normal conversational level. We don't want to have them excessively loud because that repeated exposure does lead to hearing loss. But we also want to be aware of our background noises, because there's several sounds in the background that can start to mask over what we want to hear. For example, it may seem very practical, very efficient to run the washing machine during the day, but if the sound of that washing machine starts to mask over the colleague you're trying to listen to starts to mask over the teacher your child is listening to, then what's very efficient in one regard becomes very inefficient in our work performance. Just to give you an example of that, I'm going to play the sound of my washing machine, and just listen to my voice as this washing machine kicks in, and you find how much more difficult it is to hear me and listen to me. So that comes in, and I'm just going to speak here, and we've got that washer running in the background, and you may be able to hear me, but it's harder. You got to focus a little bit more. So if I stop that now, you don't need to focus as hard. It's not as difficult. So that's something we need to consider. And it can be even more difficult if that background is radio or TV, which it's very logical to want to put the radio on. There's a lot of news today that we want to hear. Or it's just relaxing to maybe have some music or TV on in the background. But when we do that, we start to have informational masking that's not only distracting, but now those words make it harder for us to hear what we need to hear. And it can lead to misunderstandings or simply missing some information. I'm going to play some speech now, and again ask you to listen to me while the speech is playing and see how easy or difficult it is to attend to my voice now. So I'll start playing the speech.
O-T-S,
I'll speak at the same level here,
A-N-D,
so now there's a voice going on in the
P-A-N-S.
background, and you're
Pots and
trying to
pans
focus on
from
me,
pots
but
and
that
pans.
becomes difficult
You know,
now. In fact, what I can also
this is
do
what a hearing
is
loss
I'll turn that down, so now it's a little bit softer. I'm easier to
When
hear,
you
but
have
it's
hearing
still a
loss,
competing
it's kind of like
sound.
watching your
It's
hair
really when I
grow.
take the sound away that it becomes easier to focus on me. And that's important because if you're trying to focus on the voice and pick my voice out when that other voice is going on, you're using a lot of cognitive resources. You're making it simply harder to try and hear what I'm saying. Now, one solution might seem to be to turn up the volume on your laptop or your computer. I mean, it's right there, just turn the volume up. But that's really not what we want to do, because again, that could start leading to the noise-induced hearing loss we talked about earlier. What you want to do is, maybe wait to run the washer, turn the TV off, turn it down, get it out of the way as a competing sound. Maybe there's a quieter room to be doing the work on to take those meetings at. Because we don't want to turn up the volume, we want to keep the volume again at a comfortable level and get rid of those other sounds that may start masking it. So I hope this will help you hear more clearly and comfortably going forward as we're all working from home. And remember, it's a lot of these choices about our health that we make today that can have lifetime effects on how we live and how we hear.
Thank you for that advice on hearing, Dr. Branda. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to share it on social media. Use the hashtag EAH for Educating at Home. And remember, you've got this. The fact that you are here watching this video means you're an amazing parent. And that's a wonderful thing to be.